Growth doesn't happen by accident. It's not luck. It's not magic. Let me tell you something that's going to hurt to hear, but you need to hear it anyway. You've been lying to yourself. Every single day, you wake up with the same excuses, the same complaints, the same victim mentality that's been holding you back for years. And you know what? I'm sick of it. I'm sick of watching people like you settle for mediocrity when greatness is sitting right there, waiting for you to have the courage to grab it. You think growth just happens? You think successful people got where they are because they got lucky? Because the universe decided to smile down on them and not on you? That's garbage. That's the story you tell yourself to avoid taking responsibility for the mess you've created in your life. I've been where you are. I felt that burning rage in my chest when I realized I was my own worst enemy. I've tasted the bitter pill of understanding that every failure, every setback, every moment of stagnation was because I chose comfort over growth. I chose excuses over action. I chose to be a victim instead of a victor. But here's what changed everything for me. And here's what's going to change everything for you if you have the guts to listen and actually apply what I'm about to tell you. There are 3 rules you must follow if you want to grow. Not suggestions, not recommendations. Rules. Non-negotiable principles that will either make you or break you. And let me be crystal clear about something before we dive in. These aren't feel-good motivational fluff pieces designed to make you feel better about yourself for 5 minutes before you go back to your old patterns. These are harsh truths that will cut through your excuses like a knife through paper. They will expose every lie you've been telling yourself. They will force you to confront the person you've become and decide whether you're going to stay there or finally become who you were meant to be. Rule number 1, show up daily. I don't care how you feel. I don't care if you're tired. I don't care if you're sad, angry, frustrated, or completely overwhelmed. I don't care if your motivation is at 0 and you can't see the point. Show up anyway. You know what your problem is? You've been waiting for the perfect moment. You've been waiting to feel ready. You've been waiting for inspiration to strike, for motivation to kick in, for the stars to align perfectly before you take action. And while you've been waiting, life has been passing you by. Success doesn't come from what you do once in a while when you feel like it. Success doesn't come from those rare bursts of motivation that last for a week before you crash back into your old habits. Success comes from showing up every single day, especially on the days when everything inside you is screaming to quit. You think successful people feel motivated every day? You think they wake up every morning excited and ready to conquer the world? That's another lie you've been feeding yourself. The truth is, they show up when they don't want to. They work when they don't feel like it. They push forward when every fiber of their being wants to give up. I remember the days when I felt like I was drowning in my own mediocrity, when the weight of my unfulfilled potential was crushing me, when I looked in the mirror and hated what I saw, not just physically, but the person I had become, the person who had all these dreams and did nothing about them, the person who talked a big game but never followed through. Those were the days when showing up felt impossible, when the voice in my head was louder than ever, telling me I wasn't good enough, smart enough, strong enough, when the pain of staying the same felt almost as unbearable as the pain of changing. But here's what I learned, and here's what you need to understand with every cell in your body. The pain of discipline weighs ounces, but the pain of regret weighs tons. Every day you don't show up, you're choosing regret. Every day you let your feelings dictate your actions, you're building a prison of mediocrity that gets harder and harder to escape. Every day you tell yourself, I'll start tomorrow. You're adding another brick to the wall that's separating you from the life you actually want. Even on the days when you're tired, show up anyway. Even on the days when you're hurt, show up anyway. Even on the days when you can barely see through the fog of your own pain and confusion, show up anyway. Because here's the truth that will set you free. Consistency beats intensity every single time. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to have earth-shattering breakthrough moments every day. You just need to show up, one foot in front of the other, one day at a time. One small action that moves you forward instead of keeping you stuck. Rule number 2, turn pain into fuel. This is where most people break. This is where the weak separate themselves from the strong. This is where you discover what you're really made of. Life is going to hurt you. People are going to disappoint you. You're going to fail. You're going to face rejection, betrayal, loss, and moments where you question everything you thought you knew about yourself and the world. And when that happens, you have two choices. You can let that pain destroy you, or you can let it forge you into something stronger. I'm not talking about toxic positivity here. I'm not telling you to pretend everything is fine when it's not. I'm not asking you to smile through your suffering or act like pain doesn't matter. Pain matters. Pain is real. Pain is one of the most powerful forces in the human experience. But here's what separates those who grow from those who stay stuck. How they respond to that pain. Most people run from pain. They numb it with distractions, substances, meaningless relationships, endless entertainment, anything to avoid feeling the full weight of their suffering. They build their entire lives around avoiding discomfort, and in doing so, they avoid growth. But you're not going to be most people anymore. You're going to do something different. You're going to lean into that pain. You're going to feel it fully, understand it completely, and then transform it into the very fuel that powers your growth. Every betrayal teaches you about trust and boundaries. Every failure teaches you about resilience and adaptation. Every loss teaches you about what truly matters. Every moment of suffering contains within it the seeds of wisdom, strength, and character. I've been betrayed by people I trusted completely. I've failed at things I was certain I would succeed at. I've lost people and opportunities that I thought I couldn't live without. And each time, I had a choice to make. I could let that pain turn me bitter, cynical, and closed off from the world. I could use it as an excuse to stop trying, stop believing, stop growing. Or I could use it as raw material to build something better. The rage you feel when someone treats you unfairly, channel it into determination. The heartbreak you experience when something doesn't work out, let it teach you about resilience. The fear you feel when facing uncertainty, transform it into courage. Your pain is not your enemy. Your pain is not a sign that you're broken or cursed or doomed to failure. Your pain is information. It's feedback. It's the universe's way of showing you what needs to change, what needs to grow, what needs to be strengthened. But you have to be willing to sit with it. You have to be willing to feel it without immediately trying to make it go away. You have to be willing to ask yourself, what is this trying to teach me? How can I use this to become stronger? When you start turning pain into fuel, something magical happens. You stop being afraid of challenges because you know they're just opportunities for growth. You stop being afraid of failure because you know it's just data that helps you improve. You stop being afraid of loss because you know it's just clearing space for something better. Every scar becomes a story of survival. Every wound becomes a source of wisdom. Every moment of suffering becomes proof that you can handle whatever life throws at you. Pain is inevitable, but suffering is optional. Growth is the bridge between the two. Rule number 3, keep moving forward. This is the rule that will save your life when everything else fails. When your confidence is shattered, when your plans fall apart, when you can't see the light at the end of the tunnel, when you feel like giving up is the only sane option left. Keep moving forward anyway. I don't care if you can only take baby steps. I don't care if you're crawling on your hands and knees. I don't care if you're moving so slowly that it feels like you're going backwards. Movement is movement. Progress is progress. Forward is forward. You know what your biggest enemy is? It's not other people. It's not circumstances. It's not lack of resources or opportunities. Your biggest enemy is stagnation. Your biggest enemy is the voice in your head that tells you to stop, to quit, to give up when things get hard. That voice is a liar. That voice has kept you small, kept you safe, kept you comfortable, and kept you from becoming who you were meant to be. That voice speaks the language of fear, doubt, and limitation, and it's time to stop listening to it. When you feel like you can't go on, move anyway. When you feel like nothing you do matters, step forward anyway. When you feel like you're not making progress fast enough grow anyway. Because here's what I learned after years of starting and stopping, of building momentum only to lose it, of taking 2 steps forward and 3 steps back. The only way to fail is to stop moving. You might move in the wrong direction sometimes. You might take detours that cost you time and energy. You might make mistakes that set you back temporarily. But as long as you keep moving, as long as you keep adjusting, as long as you keep learning and adapting, you cannot fail. Failure only happens when you stop. Failure only happens when you surrender to the voice that tells you it's too hard, too late, too impossible. Failure only happens when you choose comfort over growth, when you choose certainty over possibility, when you choose to stay where you are instead of fighting for where you want to be. I've seen people who were more talented than me give up because they hit a wall and didn't want to climb over it. I've seen people who had more resources than me quit because they faced a setback and decided it wasn't worth the effort. I've seen people who had more support than me stop because they got tired of the struggle. And I've also seen people who had every reason to quit keep going and achieve things that seemed impossible. People who faced obstacles that would have destroyed others and used them as stepping stones. People who turned their greatest weaknesses into their greatest strengths simply by refusing to stop moving forward. The difference wasn't talent. The difference wasn't luck. The difference wasn't circumstances. The difference was their willingness to keep moving when everything inside them wanted to stop. There will be days when you question everything, when you wonder if you're delusional for believing in yourself, when you look at how far you have to go and feel overwhelmed by the distance, when you compare your beginning to someone else's middle and feel like you'll never catch up. On those days, remember this: every expert was once a beginner. Every success story started with someone who refused to quit. Every person you admire went through moments of doubt, fear, and uncertainty, just like you're going through right now. The only difference between them and you is that they kept moving when it hurt. They kept going when they couldn't see the path clearly. They kept fighting when everyone else would have given up. Movement creates momentum. Momentum creates confidence. Confidence creates results. Results create more movement, and the cycle continues. But it all starts with your willingness to keep moving forward, even when you don't know where you're going, even when you can't see the destination, even when every step feels like it's taking you further from where you want to be. Trust the process. Trust your ability to figure it out as you go. Trust that every step forward, no matter how small, is building something bigger than you can see right now. Let me remind you of these 3 rules that will change your life if you have the courage to live by them. Show up daily. Not when you feel like it. Not when conditions are perfect. Not when you're motivated. Daily, consistently, relentlessly. Because success is not about what you do occasionally. Success is about what you do consistently. Turn pain into fuel. Stop running from discomfort. Stop avoiding challenges. Stop treating setbacks like evidence that you should quit. Use them as evidence that you're growing, that you're being forged into something stronger, that you're developing the character and resilience that success requires. Keep moving forward. No matter what happens, no matter how slow the progress feels, no matter how many times you get knocked down, get back up and take another step. Because the only way to guarantee failure is to stop moving. The only way to guarantee you'll never reach your destination is to stop traveling toward it. These rules are not suggestions. They are not options. They are requirements for anyone who wants to break free from mediocrity and create a life of meaning, purpose, and achievement. If you live by these rules, growth isn't just possible, it's inevitable. You will become the person you were meant to be. You will achieve the things you thought were impossible. You will look back on this moment as the turning point when you stopped making excuses and started making progress. But only if you choose to act. Only if you choose to embrace the discomfort of growth over the pain of regret. Only if you choose to become the person who shows up, who transforms pain into power, and who never stops moving toward their dreams. The choice is yours. The time is now. The rules are clear. What are you going to do about it? Thank you for listening, and remember, your growth is not an accident. It's a choice. Make it every single day.